like to welcome you to this year's Power of the Purse presentation to update you on the progress of our 2020 grants recipients. The Roanoke Women's Foundation is now in its 17th year of existence and has awarded over $4 million for our service area, the cities of Roanoke and Salem, and the counties of Roanoke, Botetourt, Craig, Floyd, and Franklin. The mission of the Roanoke Women's Foundation remains to connect the power of women and their pooled financial resources to enhance the quality of life in our communities. Please visit our website at www.roanokewomensfoundation.org for additional information on our grants process and joining our membership. Our 2020 grants awardees are Arch Roanoke, Bradley Free Clinic, Children's Trust, Habitat for Humanity, the Science Museum of Western Virginia, Virginia Hunters Who Care, and the Western Virginia Workforce Development Board. We have asked each of these organizations to share the current status of their 2020 grant in the short videos to follow. We hope you will enjoy their presentations. Thank you for participating in the 2021 Power of the Purse, and congratulations to our 2020 grantees.
Hi, I'm Judy Jacobson, and I'm a CASA supervisor with Children's Trust. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for your generous funding.
And I'm Sammy Rader. I'm the CASA director with Children's Trust. And due to the funding provided by Roanoke Women's Foundation, we were able to hire a part-time CASA supervisor that allows us to serve more children in the Roanoke Valley. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Christina Hatch, Executive Director for Children's Trust. I want to thank the Roanoke Women's Foundation and the Power of the Purse. We were serving no children 3 years ago in Craig and Botetourt County. Since that time, we've served well over 60 children. We've been able to give them a voice, but we couldn't do that without hiring another part-time supervisor. Your funding allowed us to do that. You are helping us to give children a voice in Botetourt and Craig County. Thank you.
My name is Gary Arrington. I'm the director of the Virginia Hunters Who Care Incorporated program, aka Hunters for the Hungry. We thank you so much for the opportunity to provide this update, and we thank once again the Roanoke Women's Foundation for their grant of $30,000 in support of our project, Venison for the Hungry. This project was designed so that we could process and distribute 24,000 pounds of venison, or 96,000 servings, to men, women, children, the elderly, the homeless, and our veterans in the Foundation's focus area. We received our grant on November the 12th, which was timely because we were right in the middle of the hunting seasons for deer. Along with the hunters who were so very generous and provided us up to almost 6,000 extra pounds of meat donated this year, that was an increase of 26%. Despite the COVID restrictions and everything that the pandemic brought, we still were able to provide venison to 13 of the 21 feeding programs located within the Foundation's focus area. In some of the slides that will follow, you will see pictures of a distribution to Feeding America, one to the Buchanan Presbyterian Food Pantry, and one that we'd like to highlight is the 82nd Airborne Christian Soldiers Food Pantry. You'll also see that there will be 2 slides that will have broken down by county and feeding program the number of pounds that each received and the number of servings, along with the overall cost. You will see that to date we have now spent $25,747 of the $30,000, which has afforded us the opportunity to provide 23,027 pounds of venison, which equates to 92,108 servings. As we think about the 82nd Airborne Food Pantry, we'd like to note three special things about this group. Number one, they focus on veterans. 20% of their recipients are veterans. Number two, all their staff are volunteers. None of them get paid. And one special volunteer is Mr. Claude Winbush, who is a 12-year veteran of the 82nd Airborne. He's not only a recipient of the benefits there at the feeding program, but he also works there and volunteers his time 5 days a week. So you can see what a huge blessing that your grant has been in helping us to reach out and touch lives. Thank you.
We were so excited to get started because working to make Trust House stronger in a well-maintained facility will really help to cultivate a sense of pride for our clients and show our respect for the heritage of our building and its history to the surrounding community. As you can see, the porch is coming along. Once the main entrance is complete, we can begin the interior renovations. We are working diligently for a May 3rd homecoming. We'd like to thank some of our community partners that made this project possible, including Building Specialists, the City of Roanoke, and the Roanoke Women's Foundation. We are so grateful for your support.
Welcome to the Hopkins Planetarium, as it exists before construction begins on the Eye. This space, hidden away in downtown Roanoke, truly inspires a sense of wonder. I love bringing guests into the planetarium for the first time, or maybe for the first time since they were in 5th grade and visited the Science Museum on a field trip. Looking into the expansive dome is wondrous and makes one feel so small, but small in a good way. A way that makes you feel intrigued about all that the world has to offer. So, I invite you to use your imagination and join me in envisioning the possibilities to come this year with the Eye. Students will be able to explore our universe from distant galaxies to the ecosystems of the ocean floor, peer into DNA structures, and become immersed in up-to-the-minute research done at local institutions such as Virginia Tech and Virginia Tech Carilion. And so what's next? Well, after a socially distanced year, and a year in which the Science Museum was pretty busy with the lab, our design team will meet in early May to begin implementation and construction of the Eye. The Creators Lab will begin construction at the same time, That's the space located in the former projectionist office in the planetarium. The space will give students the ability to create and showcase their own research. Again, we are most grateful for your support and your belief in our vision. We're looking forward to welcoming all of you to the Eye in 2021. Thank you.
Man, I love shopping the Restore, but it's just too cold in here. Man, I love shopping the Restore. I could stay up here all day long.
Thank you, Roanoke Women's Foundation!
Hi, I'm Joe Tucherone. I'm the Restore Director here at Habitat for Humanity in the Roanoke Valley. On behalf of all of us here at the organization, I just want to express our sincere thank you to the Roanoke Women's Foundation for this generous grant. With this grant, we were able to replace our HVAC units, large commercial units in our Restore, which was sorely needed. We had 5 units that were running the Restore, and at any given time we were lucky to have 1 or maybe 2. It was kind of one of those things when you came in each day, you really didn't know what you were going to get. So it was awful cold in the winter and awful hot in the summer. So now, since the units were replaced in January, we're a lot more comfortable. We've had several comments from volunteers and customers. So in turn, we've seen increases in sales, we've seen increases in volunteerism, and we're really excited about the additional funding that we believe that we can produce out of that Restore to build more homes for families right here in the Roanoke Valley. So again, thank you for this generous grant.
Virginia CareerWorks is proud to be a recipient of the Roanoke Women's Foundation grant to support our new Envision Center in the Roanoke Valley. The Roanoke Center is currently operational off of Thurlane Road, and we're excited to be able to expand our services to the Envision Center location in the Old Melrose Library. Our centers currently have computers, copier, fax machine, phones, scanners, and anything else that job seekers would need to complete their employment search and reach their educational and employment goals. Staff are available to assist with this job search and also direct them to other services that they may be eligible for. The hope is that the Roanoke Center that is currently in place on Thurlane Road will be able to be replicated at the new Envision Center in the Old Melrose Library that is currently in the process of being revitalized to the new space. Currently, the Envision Center is open in the Lansdowne residence off of Salem Turnpike Road. This temporary space has allowed for the Envision Center to be hosted as well as have services available during the transition to the Old Melrose Library. This space currently has computers and internet available to job seekers as well as staff. The new center, which is right across the street from the current center space, is looking to be revitalized by providing exterior and interior modifications that will allow us to be accessible and utilized by many individuals that live in the region. This center will, and along with the Women's Foundation funding that has been provided, will have computers, smartboard, internet access, telehealth possibilities, counseling services, financial services, and more to try to help the community and meet the needs of the region.
Mental Health America closed its doors in 2019. When they shut down, all those patients needed to go somewhere. So we started, we brought them on board, and we just knew that we had to fill that need.
In this time of COVID, the frustration and the difficulties have been hard. Everything from the isolation that people have felt to sometimes the lack of isolation and too much togetherness on top of each other and not being able to get a break. From all different aspects, I think that people have found that emotions are affecting their life.
I think the behavioral wing itself will benefit the patient because it'll give them a greater sense of self-worth. By that I mean, suddenly a new wing has been built for them. Previously, sometimes we had to find cubby holes or areas where we could obtain some level of privacy, and we did well at that. But it's not the same as having your own real exam room, having your own wing that's been built for you, state-of-the-art, soundproof rooms, intimacy, as I mentioned, present. It makes them seem like they matter.
The new behavioral health wing, the Robertson Behavioral Health Wing, kind of completes us. It validates that we are a medical home. Behavioral health patients have their own wing. They have their own counseling rooms. They're not sitting in an exam room to get counseling services. It validates the individual for the service that we're providing, the behavioral health service, but it also validates the clinic for being that complete medical home for our patients.
The whole point is to be able to provide a really good quality of life, the best quality of life we can have for these folks.
But there's simply never going to be a replacement for that face-to-face personal contact.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stockberger, RWF Board President. Thank you for joining us for this year's Power of the Purse event. While we regret that this year's event could not be live, I hope you enjoyed watching the recorded presentations. These videos reflect the significant impact that collective giving makes in our community. This year's grantees have transformed funds into action and positive change. If you're watching this and not already a member of RWF, please visit our website or talk to a member to learn more about us. It is only through our membership that we are able to provide grants to nonprofit organizations addressing community needs and working together to create positive change. We would love to have you. Our memberships are due June 30th and instructions are on our website. Thank you for joining us.